This is John White. It's 16 August 2020, and I just wanted to let you guys know a few problems that are going on at Eagle Landing Park. As you know, a tree fell on the stairs, and vandals have torn down the fence that we're renting and thrown it over to the side. They're trampling around the block, and now they've torn holes and go right through the stop. They've torn down all the signs. But the most worrisome thing, besides them just jumping around everything, is they're now, as you can see in this video, they're walking along off the path and heading over to my house. And they are going around my fence and trampling and causing massive erosion at the end of my property. And then going around my fence, and as they erode the property and jump around my fence, they get around it, and then they go down the old Sprague Trail to get to the beach. And the Sprague Trail looks like an Inca tourist trail. I've only gone down there a couple of times all summer, but the path is like a tourist trail, and I want it to stop. This trespassing has to stop. In addition to the fact that the chain fence has been cut down and people can walk down there and just walk right through the fence, it's very unsafe there down at the bottom because the bottom two piers are totally exposed. All the pilings are exposed and they're about ready to fall over. So anybody who walks on it is risking their life. I'm hoping that somebody on the city council can direct the city manager and the parks department to simply remove these stairs by disassembly. These stairs, no part is too heavy for one man to carry and can be disassembled with simple tools, just as you see in this photograph when they were assembled back in 2005. Putting fences up to block things isn't working. They're cutting it away. People are getting around it. Kids can walk down there, and right now kids can walk through that fence and get down at the bottom and may die standing on those piers that are just sitting on the very tips of those pin piles. Something has to be done. Let's get rid of this rental fence and take these stairs apart. The last thing that I'd like to point out is that a large tree has fallen onto the disperser. Now, this is the disperser that is going to have all of the water from the 23 acres above Eagle Landing Park drain into with the new pipe that's going in. And this disperser, we've had our engineers look at it and turn over all the documents to the city staff, pointing out that this disperser is not only damaged, the water coming out of it has washed its support away, but now a tree has fallen on it and crushed the outfall plastic pipe. So I'm just trying to let the staff know that there's a problem here, and I don't know if you're aware of it, but a large tree has fallen onto the disperser hardware and has crushed it. So the action I'd like to see taken is to stop the trespassers from damaging my property, and this can be done by simply disassembling the staircases and taking them to storage, and I would highly recommend that somebody do that before a death occurs. Also, get down to the waterfront there and inspect the disperser that's been damaged. And finally, install a fence across the top of the slope from my property on the north to the adjacent property to the south. This would prevent people from even going on the slope at all, stairs or no stairs. Now, there might be a counter argument that I'm suggesting that a fence go all the way across. And why would I do that when the fence that's there keeps getting torn down? Just keep in mind, the fence that gets torn down is about 36 inches wide and it has no supports. You can't compare that to a permanent fence that would be mounted with concreted posts and going all the way across the property. I don't think vandals are going to start tearing down that kind of a fence. But this fence that we're putting up at the top of the stairs, it's just too easy to tear apart. It's tiny, it has no support, and it's been torn down several times, and it just simply does not work. Another reason why I do not think vandals are going to tear down a permanent fence is, why would they? Where would they go? If the stairs are removed, there's no motivation to tear down the fence. And once the stairs are removed, the slope is just too steep for anybody to want to walk down. And that is a deterrent in itself.